Hello, this is Nathaniel Rigo. Today we're to talk about the top 10 villains and monsters in the Dark Pictures horror game anthology series that you'd like to see at this year's Halloween Horror Nights and beyond, especially in honor of the video game-based horror thriller Until Dawn. Number 10. Demons. The rancid demons embodying various causes of death, from hanging to being burnt into oblivion to impalement, as seen in the hit 2020 anthological sequel to Minamadan 2019 Little Hope, are monstrous mirrors of the five main player characters and their Massachusetts Witch Trials era counterparts. They roam the titular town outside Salem, Massachusetts, hunting down the 5-player protagonists estranged there by an ominously indefinite fog after their bus on a college field trip has crashed nearby. These varying forms of death-depicting monstrosities would surely fit into either film or TV, as well as Halloween Horror Nights 2025, at Universal Studios and Universal Studios Hollywood. They've debuted in the past Maze, correlated with Little Hope back in 2022. Number 9. Glamour Ghost. The female sailor turned all-male monster as one of the various apparitions manifested by exposure to the gaseous chemical agent known only as Manchurian Gold would really frighten you into extinction, as seen in the Men of Medan. It chases one of the game's 5-player heroes, Conrad, until he either escapes or literally dies trying, depending on the player's in-game choices. The entity first appeared in a limited time Halloween Horror Nights styled experience aboard the SS Medan to promote the hit 2019 anthological horror game. Number 8. Bethula, as one of the secondary villains in House of Ashes, the hit 2021 anthological prequel to the other 3 Dark Pictures games, as well as its prologue's primary character. Infectiously undead, Bethula from the time of Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq, would seriously sink your teeth into ya. Having fallen victim to the centuries-old parasitic Ancient Ones virus, he scours the underground temple ruins far beneath the Zagros Mountains in Iraq's Arabic desert, as do the game's main antagonists, the vampires, and an also infected Dr. Clarice Stokes. In the anticipation of the game, replacing Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure at Universal Orlando, there's highly no doubt he, Clarice, and the vampire aliens could debut in the highly anticipated attraction. Number 7. Dar. Another of the secondary villains in House of Ashes, pursuing 4 of the 5-player characters, Jason and Nick, along with Rachel and Eric King of the CIA's Navy SEAL Marine Division. He's the mastermind of the ambush on the King's forces, who raids the valley at the base at the Zagros Mountains, under the incorrect impression of Saddam Hussein's chemical weapons depot being secretly concealed underground, shortly prior to the untimely earthquake that sends both rivaling sides of the Iraqi Republican Guard and the Marines into the expansively underground ruins and caverns home to the vampires. After all, the game is definitely in 2003 Iraq, 2 years after 9/11. Number 6. The Monster. The 2-headed monster is another hallucination manifested by the dreaded Manchurian Gold aboard the SS Medan ghost ship. Number 5. Banshees. Although it's rumored that Banshees could play a vital role in one of the future Dark Pictures titles, The Craven Man, they could also appear beyond this. Thus they are derived from Irish-Scottish folklore through and through. They could somehow tie in with the forthcoming Season 2 title of the Dark Pictures after Directive 820. Number 4. Reverend Simon Carver. Inspired by Frollo in 1996's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the so-called Man of God in Little Hope, Reverend Simon Carver covers up the fact that he's the sole allegiance with Satan by falsely executing various people in the titular town during the Massachusetts Witch Trials. Number 3. Gratham Dumet, aka the Ogre. As the main villain of 2022's The Devil in Me, serial killer Gratham Dumet, aka the Ogre, lures out, estranges, and covertly offs random people at his life-size replica of the infamous Murder Castle Hotel, formerly in Chicago, originally operated by the nation's first male serial killer, H.H. Holmes, during the World's Fair Expo back in his dark days. Number 2. H.H. Holmes, the secondary Bahamas villain of The Devil in Me, of the first American serial killer, same name, can preferably be seen in the game's prologue. Holmes was, after all, born with the devil in him. Amid his trial, he requested to be buried in excess layers of concrete, as he claimed that even being deceased would not be enough to prevent him from murdering again. Holmes was first sentenced to death by hanging for the resulting 27 murders he's committed.
Hello. Welcome to the World's Fair Hotel.
Number 1. Vampires. As number 1 on the list, the vampire aliens in House of Ashes could not only debut in the titular attraction anticipatedly, replacing Poseidon's Fury, but also at this year's Halloween Horror Nights on both coasts of the country. The nocturnal bat-like monsters would enjoy. Fihin on ya! Sink your teeth into this! Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next mini podcast vid.
Doesn't matter what I think. Only thing that matters is controlling the flow of information. As far as the world knows, not a damn thing happened here.